Hello, welcome back to another episode of Smell Good, Filled with Fragrance in my Christmas grotto with this Mrs. Santa suit behind me. I hope you are preparing for Christmas and all is going well. Do hit subscribe, tap the bell. You will be getting my first ever top list of fragrances. I think I'm going to do my top 5 rather than my top 10 autumn and winter scents, and I think there'll be one coming top 5 particularly around tobacco because it's a fragrance profile that I've been experimenting with over the last couple of months. Today I want to talk about a tobacco scent, one that I've actually owned for almost a year and only took out of my fragrance collection a few weeks ago when I was changing over my scents for kind of more autumn winter to kind of fully appreciate those. And what I want to talk about is Mancera Red Tobacco. Now Mancera and Montal are the same company. One is their Eastern inspired fragrances, so lots of ouds, vanillas, coffees, rose. Mancera, still Eastern inspired quite heavily, but slightly more focused on a Western culture. So something like Cedar Boise, if you've ever been looking around kind of summer citrus fruit scents, it will crop up a lot as a niche option. It's very much a Western inspired take on a kind of a smoky, thick Eastern scent, and the rest of the Mancera range is no different. Red Tobacco is one of the more expensive scents I own. I was lucky I bought this from a Facebook community. Genuine Scent has been selling online for a long time, but I managed to get this at a considerably low price compared to what it now retails at. This will set you back about £170 for 100ml. So at 170 it is an expensive niche scent. However, in my view, it is unbelievably worthwhile. This opens... I'll say up front, this basically reminds me, if you're British and you've ever had a jammy Dodger biscuit, this reminds me of a jammy Dodger biscuit in the best possible way. It brings back nostalgia for when I was younger. It opens and it has a big hit. There's vanilla, there's tobacco, but a sweet tobacco. There is saffron, there is patchouli in there is amber, there is cinnamon. And that cinnamon and amber, and there's some incense as well, creates almost like a strawberry tobacco kind of vibe. There's a sweetness at the top of kind of strawberry vanilla that is unbelievably endearing. It's almost, I'd say, yeah, it's definitely towards the gourmand side of tobacco scents, but you still have that slightly smoky tobacco running through that stops it being too thickly, that stops it being too sweet. It is an EDP. It's a very strong EDP. This hits you in the chops. It creates a sillage that is a good 5 or 6 feet. If you're in a standard room, you will be smelt from everywhere in that room. It does a little bit if you spray it too heavy. It announces you rather than you announcing the fragrance. Some of you will understand what that means. I don't really like someone smelling my scent before I walk into the room. I like for someone to come and discover that scent because they come and chat to me and they get into that 1 or 2 feet radius. This you'll smell from 5 or 6 feet away. There's no hiding when you wear it. However, it is a lovely scent. It is not polarizing. It is comfy. As I say, for me, it's phenomenally endearing because it conjures up evocative memories of being a child with that jammy Dodger biscuit link. It lasts on my skin 8 or 9 hours easily. If you spray it onto clothing and you have that jumper, hung up in a cupboard, you will smell it 3 or 4, 5, 6 days later when you take it out of the cupboard. It is unbelievably potent. It's the kind of thing where you can see when you spray it, and I'm wearing a different scent, so I won't spray it on me now. You can see that oil trail for a good few minutes until it starts to dry. It is pungent, it is strong. I think £170 is a lot, but it's still worth the quality. Yeah, if you're looking for a sweet scent, one that's not as sickly sweet as something like, let's say, Pure Havana, which is like a really sweet Coca-Cola kind of cherry. If you're looking for something more grown-up, a bit more luxurious, a bit more sensual, a bit more sexy, the tobacco and patchouli means that once it gets to the dry down, it's a little dirtier in a kind of sexy, rugged way. Then this is definitely worth having a look at. Mancera Red Tobacco is one of my favourite scents. I'm unbelievably happy I own it. It is unbelievably good. So if you get a chance to have a sniff, if you get a chance to buy even a tester, and you're interested in tobacco scents, then this is definitely one to pick up and have a look at. Mancera Red Tobacco, great longevity. If it wasn't for the price, it would almost be a second bottle. However, it's so strong, I don't think I'm going to get through this for several years, if not longer. So yeah, were it not the cost and how strong this is, it would have been a backup bottle worthy fragrance. It's almost there, but not quite, but for good reason. So yeah, try it out. Red Tobacco, really great scent, really, really cozy, really lovely for the winter season, which we find ourselves in. And do stick around, hit the subscribe button like I say, and stick around for my top 5 autumn-winter fragrances coming up. The very first for me is a top 5 list. So stick around, and thank you for joining Smell Good, Feel Good Fragrance today. And I hope you smell good and feel good for today as well. Thanks for joining in, and bye for now.